Good morning or hello. Not sure what time of the day it is where you're at, but hello lovies. Welcome to another video. So this is actually a Monday morning. I'm hoping to get this video edited and up for you this evening. Got some unsettling news. A family member. I'm not going to give all the details again because it's not my place to share. Just simply, my Aunt Jeannie is on life support. We're not sure what's going to happen with that. And they're very far away. They live in Florida. This is one of the things that motivated me to move back to New Jersey. Really and truly, most of my family, all of my mom's side of the family, lives here in New Jersey. Still a few members of my family that live in Pennsylvania from my dad's side, and of course my son is there. When things like this happen, there is states, that big space between you. There's an emergency and you can't just jump in your car and be where you know you need to be in those moments. It's gut-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. And we found out a few years ago how very sick my grandfather was. Man practically raised me. My father had many, many, many problems, and I don't want to go into a whole bunch of stuff, but really and truly, my grandfather, my grandparents, they raised me. They took care of me and my mom and my sister. I just knew in my heart that living in Pennsylvania, most of my adult life, I think I've only seen my grandfather, a handful of times. And I just knew that it was really important to go home. Not just because of him, but because, a lot of my family members are getting older and I don't want to live with regret. I lost my great-grandparents while I was living in Pennsylvania, and I remember that ate me up for months because I wasn't able to be with either one of them when they passed. And that is such a big thing when families don't live in the same state, in the same little bubble, so to speak. And I know sometimes it's just not feasible. Sometimes work just calls you to different places in your life. And your immediate family, which is your husband, your children, or if you're a husband and you're watching, it's your wife and your children. They are your family. And wherever you call home, that really truly is home. Your extended family is your mom and your dad and your grandparents and your brothers and your sisters and their spouses and their kids and people who make you aunts and uncles, and they're equally as important. They're not your primary, but they're equally as important. When things happen and you're not able to be where and what you want to do in those moments of seriousness where it's life and death, and these might be the last times you ever see them again and things of that nature. It is gut-wrenching when you make decisions to live other places or far away or whatever the case may be. And it really can tear you up. The one good thing is, if you do know Jesus, which I do, there's no distance in prayer. It doesn't matter how far away from my Aunt Jeannie and my Uncle Bill that I live, my prayers and my heart for God to move on their behalf, there's no distance in that. And I thank God for that. I thank God for that. And all of the family that lives here, which is so hard to explain. My grandmother, who just lost her husband, this is her brother's wife. It's so close. It's sometimes it's just overwhelming. We're all praying. We're all together. We're in agreement. We're all praying. And thank God for that. Sometimes it doesn't feel like enough because we're so separated by miles, by space, by time. And these are the kind of things I think about too, being away from some of the people on my dad's side of the family. And of course, my son who lives in Pennsylvania. I think about things like this all the time, if he will ever eventually get married, or if he will ever eventually, maybe give me a grandbaby. These are things that I think about with my husband all the time. It's like, do I really want to be in a different state if I'm ever blessed with a grandbaby, or grandchildren? It's so hard. These decisions are so hard. Well, all that to be said, just I'm dealing with the heaviness, the weight of that, if you will. There is no easy answer to any of it. There's no easy answer to any of it. If I'd pack up my bags today and move back to Pennsylvania to be close to my son, you know, I leave behind my sister, her husband, her expanding family, my mom, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, all the people that are here. You know, if I stay here, I may be forfeiting all of the things that I can be doing with my son. It's such a tough thing, and you never know if you're making the right decision or not. And I just feel so heavy with that today, and I don't have an answer for it. I really don't. So even though I don't have an answer, I would love to have an answer, and I'm praying to God for an answer. If you're dealing with something of this, the only thing that I know to do besides prayer, talking to God is the number one. Number two is I dive into journaling, things that give me peace. I don't know what to do with all of this, so instead of staying heavy with it, I'm going to put it on paper, almost like a brain dump, and get it off my chest. I'm going to give it to the Lord, and I'm going to leave it with him, because there's nothing I can do in the moment. There's nothing I can do in this moment at all. So in these moments, I rely on God, and I fall into things that give me peace. So this morning, I have spent my entire morning, and some may say that this, you know, this portion of the video is going to be very talkative. Some may say that that's just a waste of your time. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But for me, it isn't. I threw myself into journaling, you know, doing stickers, making the page look pretty. I colored in one of my favorite coloring books. While I did those things, I went to church yesterday. The message that went forth yesterday was life transforming, especially for me. Maybe I'll share a little bit of that tomorrow on Talk Tuesday, which is my live stream. I do live streaming every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Maybe I'll share a little bit of that there. But I played that whole, from worship to the end of the service, the whole way through again, because they record all of the messages while I colored and I journaled. I re-listened to that. I took notes with it. I wrote some stuff into my journal that I didn't want to forget and things like that. And long story short, I feel better. It's not about always how you feel. I mean, my Aunt Jeannie is fighting for her life right now. So sometimes I feel so selfish when you talk about how I feel. But it is my reality. It's what I'm dealing with in the moment. So if you're dealing with things like this, maybe it's not necessarily, you know, family space and gap, or maybe it's something else family related, or maybe it's husband and wife stuff, or maybe mother and son, mother and daughter, whatever the case may be. If you're really struggling and you really feel heavy, I just, you know, I encourage you, if you need to, find someone that you can trust. Maybe talk to them. Maybe ask them to pray with you. Sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes when you're really heavy with emotional things, to pray on your own. Sometimes you need a partner to pray with. Throw yourself into things that really give you peace. Journaling, coloring. I know a lot of you knit, crocheting, whatever your little like hobby is, throw yourself into that. Put some worship music on. Make yourself something nourishing. This is my protein coffee. I'm up 2 pounds. I don't know how, but I'm up 2 pounds. So I'm determined to lose those 2 pounds before Thursday, because Thursday I go to see my surgeon. Just like nurture you in your space, what makes you feel good, what invites the Lord's presence in, light a candle, whatever that may look like for you. I encourage you to go to those places instead of harboring whatever issues, whatever, you know, frustrations, whatever you kind of feel helpless in, and there is no really solution to. There's nothing in the moment that I can do that would make a difference in what my Aunt Jeannie and my Uncle Billy are going through. And even if I lived in Florida and was able to be with them, I would feel better about it because I'd be able to be in the hospital just simply for support. Would make me feel better. It doesn't change their situation. And we as adults are faced with situations like that where no matter what you do, it doesn't change the situation. It doesn't change the outcome because it's not in our hands, it's in the Lord's. But yet we're looking for relief of it, if you will. If you're in any situation like that, I just encourage you to fall into Christ, of course, but fall into things in your life that will give you peace. Those things can turn into internal turmoil, trigger responses from you that can be detrimental to your health. I can give you an example. It could trigger me to binge eat, mindlessly eat, do things that I know I'm not supposed to be doing because I'm triggered. And we can be easily triggered and not know it. And then we fall into the habits or things that happen to us when we're triggered. Drugs, alcohol, there's a million different things. But if you productively do something to combat those emotions, those feelings of helplessness, of like, I just don't know what to do. I feel overwhelmed, whatever the case may be. If you do something productive to combat those feelings, the likelihood of you falling into old habits or doing things that are not healthy when you are triggered are very minimal. That is the basis of this 15-minute conversation, but I had to lay the ground down before I just spit all that out. I just felt like I needed to pick up the camera. I use you guys a lot, almost like a video diary. I hope you don't mind. But I want you to be able to relate to me because I promised you that my channel would be, I would share the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this just happens to be not a so wonderful moment in my life. And this is how I'm handling it. And I know I can't be the only one that has, it's Monday. Mondays always seem to be the yuckiest day of the week. It's Monday, and I know there has to be others who are dealing with stuff. So I just simply wanted to pop on and just welcome you in, tell you where I'm at, how I'm dealing with it, encourage you in maybe whatever you're dealing with. And the best thing you can do is just talk to Jesus. Just talk to Jesus. So now that I have spent the morning, and let me tell you, it's the morning, it's lunchtime. I got up around 7 and I had just been plugged in. I prayed, I journaled, I colored, I listened to messages, I took notes, the whole thing. It's almost lunchtime. I'm going to make a very simple lunch because I'm going to eat very, very simple and very, very small. I want to make sure I'm down those couple pounds that I did lose. I don't know why I'm back up, but I'm up. For whatever reason, I put on 2 more pounds. I put on 2 pounds. And I want them 2 pounds and maybe some more gone before Thursday. So I'm going to make a very simple lunch. I'll share that with you. And whatever else the day brings about. Thank you for listening to me. And sometimes when I do this stuff, I feel so silly. And sometimes I think to myself, maybe I won't even use this because it's a long, I feel like I talk for like 5 minutes and I look up and it's 20 minutes later. And it's like, oh my God, I just blabbed for 20 minutes. They're going to be so bored. But thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Okay, so kind of having like a little bit of an off day today. My mom, we keep talking. So anyways, I'm hungry. It's time for lunch. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting one of these crispy chicken breast tenders in the air fryer. Ugh. Let me move it out here so that I can kind of make like a chicken wrap I think that's what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna make a chicken wrap for lunch. I think that'll probably be my best bet. So I'm gonna get one of them in the air fryer and get the wrap prepared. Right now, I'm cold, so I threw on my robe. I'm just kind of like moseying. My whole morning has been just kind of like, you know, moseying, doing my stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna get 2 of these in here. I'm gonna put it on the nuggets, I think. Okay, start. Okay. And then I'll get the wrap ready. Let's see. Well, I'm using one of these soft tortillas. I'm gonna put down a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's. Okay, just a little bit. Here's the back of my spoon. I really wanted to find the honey. Take the back of a spoon and I kind of just spread that out. I wanted this to be honey barbecue. Like, where is my honey? I'm gonna take some spinach leaves instead of lettuce because I need the fiber. Put some spinach on there. A little bit of cheddar. Okay. And then a little bit of bacon pieces. Just a little. And then when the chicken's done, put the chicken in the middle and I wrap it up. And that is my simple chicken wrap. That's why I couldn't find my honey. It got put in the fridge. Okay. I'll put the chicken right in the middle. Oh, it's steaming up. That is my chicken wrap. It's very good, very filling, and low cal. So I ate my lunch. I'm waiting for a phone call from my mom to hear back about Aunt Jeannie. In the meantime, I'm having a really rough day, but I just got some packages delivered. I have Amazon and Temu. I'm gonna open these. I might give you guys just a quick sneak peek of the packages here, but I know what's in them. I think I know what's in. I know for sure what's in the Amazon. I kind of forget what's in the Temu, but I have a feeling. I'll give you like a little quick peek, but the hauls of these will be on my second channel, which is my crafting channel, because this is mostly crafting stuff. But again, I just want to reiterate, when you're having a tough moment, when you're having a really, one of those, take some deep breaths. If you have to pause to talk to Jesus, talk to Jesus. And don't allow the enemy to rob your peace, even though something very traumatic, something very not wonderful is happening. You still can maintain peace and still be okay with not so wonderful circumstances and things. And whatever it takes to maintain your peace and maintain your stability during not so wonderful things is very important, because it'll reflect again outwardly on your family, your health, your mental health. If your mental health is not good, nothing is good. Nothing is good. And I am desperately trying to protect my mental health. It would just be like the enemy to come in and want to try to rob me of safe space in my brain, if you will, right before I'm supposed to go see my surgeon. And my triggers, my addiction is binging and overeating. And those are the very things that I am trying desperately to overcome, to the point that I'm having half my stomach cut out. And I don't want to give in to those things. So I'm desperately trying to protect my peace. So yes, I got some new coloring books. This is Sweet Night coloring book. This is a cut and collage book. I cannot wait to see what this looks like. I can't wait to see what all these look like. This is Fairy Fuzz. This little book right here, this little coloring book, has taken Instagram and the adult coloring community by storm. These two right here. Cannot wait to see them with my own eyes. And then I got Fuzzy Tails. So if you'd like to see all of this in more in depth, because I will do a haul and flip throughs of these, it'll all be on my craft channel linked down below. Chilling, relaxing, all cool, waiting for a phone call that seems to be taking forever. Oh yes, this is definitely, yeah, this is gonna be a big craft haul. So if you guys are interested in seeing a large Temu craft haul, please go check out my other channel. It'll probably be up within the week sometime. So while I'm waiting for my phone call, oh, there's so much in this bag. There's so much happiness in this bag. Stickers and more stickers and stickers and more stickers. I'm going to go through all of this, but if you'd like to see more, please, please, please go check out my other channel and subscribe, because not only will you see me, unpack all of this and haul it, but then you can see me use it all. And how I use all the things that I get from Temu. Do a cry. Sorry, baby. Don't film me. Just want to say thank you, Jennifer. What you sent to Savannah was absolutely beautiful. She is a little upset right now. You really touched her heart. But this was beautiful. And the card that you sent, just thank you so much, Jennifer, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you from Savannah. You really touched her, as you can see. You really touched her. Thank you so much for your heartfelt. Just thank you so much. I don't know what else to say, but other than thank you so much. I have the best lovies in the world. Thank you so much.